Fuck, we've got a lot done, haven't we? We ready?
Global handball fiends, one and all. It's K-Rudd here, Global Handball King.
They're young, they're feisty, I think I can probably say have a bit of sex appeal. And
may I now come to the statement about your alleged conduct at King's Cross?
Which statement was this?
No, the one in which you claimed in your election speech to ban the cross to everybody but members of Parliament.
Yes, I did. I approve of the statement and I approve of your quotation of it.
When you were dismissed, what did you do immediately?
Prepared for the campaign.
Did you go to the lodge and have lunch?
Yes.
You could have been fighting with your parliamentary colleagues.
On an empty stomach?
Okay, you're watching... sorry about that, we're going to move on. We're watching Q&A with the... That's Q&A special with the former Prime Minister, John Howard.
Sorry, Tony, take it as a comment.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Please.
And this is for your
just
living.
someone please remove that gentleman. Okay, well, we apologise. Okay, obviously we apologise for that.
That's all right, don't worry. Sorry.
And I'm very sorry.
No, forget it.
Okay, you're watching...
relax.
But then I wouldn't stand out from the crowd. Some folks say that I'm egotistical. Hell, I don't even know what that means.
Hello.
No,
Bob Hawke. Give me Bob Hawke any day. Oh, well, mate, you can have it.
I come back to Australia with just one sick feeling in my heart, and that is that I must now come back to my own country and play politics. I think that it's a diabolical thing.
I'm in Canberra for the night and I need somewhere to stay. I wonder if I could lease this place from your wife. Is that all right?
No, well, you know, my wife is very concerned about who I spend the night with. And you're the type of fellow that I don't think she'd want to have in the place.
Well, the only problem is I only got like about $100, and how much is it for you?
No, it's not the money. It's not
$175 a night, isn't it?
No, it's not the money, it's you see.
When we release our domestic violence policy, the things that batter.
That would be doing a very grave disservice, not only to the Treasurer, but to the quality of economic advice that comes to the government from the Treasury, from my own department, from the business departments, and, you know, I find it hard that somebody would write down even his own department in that way.
So you would dispute? You would dispute?
The camera's collapsed.
Right.
When did it start to go?
Just at the beginning of that question.
So you got the answer. You got Mr. Price's last answer.
I'm sinking into the depths.
Sinking into the depths of the Mars.
I think you could find yourself on our Christmas tape, Mr. Fraser.
That'll be a beauty.
Remaining fellow Australians, the end of the world is coming. It wasn't Y2K, it wasn't even the carbon price. It turns out that the Mayan calendar was true. While Australia's best and brightest at the CSIRO have not been able to confirm this, I'm confident in Triple J's prediction that the world is about to end.
Well, sir, you give the meaning this statement that Parliament House is no better than the Pink Pussycat.
Well, yes, I go along with it if I give it this meaning.
Did you ask Senator Nelson along to Canberra to make a Minister of Culture?
No, just pointing out some of the facts of life.
Who dissolves Parliament usually comes up the front steps of the Parliament to do it. On this occasion, he's had to come by the back passages. Now I'm certain that when he appears, you will give him the reception he deserves.
Well, he was like a bullfrog. He'd puff himself up And his eyes would go, his chest would go out, and he'd draw a breath, and then out would come the vituperation.
That's what I believe is the path forward for this parliament, not the kind of double standards and political game playing imposed by the Leader of the Opposition. Now looking at his watch because apparently a woman's spoken too long. I've had him yell at me to shut up in the past.
And tell these dickheads in the embassy to just give me simple sentences. I mean, I've said this before. And tell that bloody interpreter. This fucking language. He just complicates it so much, you know? How can anyone do this? You know what I mean? It's just...
The program you are about to see outlines the wide range of services, information and entertainment which SBS has to offer. A news and public affairs service of high reputation, programs for children and young people, drama, sport, features and a great deal more. I know that the SBS will attract the audience, committed audience. I'm buggered that. See?
Do you want to have a quick run through it first?
No, can we cut in and just do this?
No, it's a one shot, sorry about that.
It's a one-shotter?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. We're going well until then, too.
And you had her alone in Parliament House?
Not alone. Other ministers were with me too.
And were all parties favourable to her as Minister?
Whatever one does with a large group of people, one is never going to please everybody.
The Leader of the Opposition will withdraw without qualification.
I withdraw.
I thank the Leader of the
It's
Opposition.
still an untrue
the member,
statement.
The Leader of the Opposition will remove himself from the chamber under 94A.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, any little noises that you may happen to hear are only static. It's just something wrong with the system. I want you to understand, and I know that you will, that the minor noises do not destroy the marvellous occasion today is for me and for my wife.
What do you think of Sir John Kirby?
I'd hold him in contempt, as every decent Australian does.
Have you spoken to him since that time?
Of course not.
If you were to meet him, what would you say?
Nothing.
You wouldn't speak to him?
Of course not. Nor would any honourable person be seen speaking to him.
We're not run by factions. We're not run by... Well, you may dispute that.
Now, what is the position? What is the position? My dear boy, you're not off the drawing board yourself. Why, not even a prototype yet, this chap.
What did the Leader of the Opposition say? He said, we have brought the budget
member for
back to
Charlton will
surplus
leave under
on
94A.
Not once. The Dr. Gables of economic policy. We have brought the... I withdraw, Madam Speaker. I withdraw.
The Deputy Leader of the Opposition comes in again, sounding more like a third-rate businessman addressing an Apex club than the Deputy Leader of a major party addressing the National Parliament of Australia.
Whether the final blow comes from flesh-eating zombies, demonic hell beasts, or from the total triumph of K-pop. If you know one thing about me, it is this. I will always fight for you to the very end. And at least this means I won't have to do Q&A again. Good luck to you all.
But let me turn to the other part of the story, and that is the Labour Party promises. Because I can assure you that if Mr. Whitlam had the opportunity to put his promises into practice, he would create, here I'll have to just go over this again if you don't mind, Inflation of an unprecedented kind.
Mr. Hayden, we have to step. Well, I'm just not doing that. I told you I'm not available. That's terrible. That really is terrible.
Prime Minister Howard couldn't resist the temptation to roll the arm over while he's in Pakistan. Mr. Howard failed to handle the local conditions with his first delivery. That was a dead ball. Not wanting to damage Australia's cricket reputation on the subcontinent, he stepped up again. Wide that time. One last failed attempt before he swapped. Suggested the Prime Minister took over the willow instead of the ball. He successfully kept out 2 deliveries and decided it was a good idea to retire while he was ahead.
We have heard that you have left the lodge and now live at the Pink Pussycat. Will it be for long?
Well, it depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling good and healthy, I think when I'm feeling good and healthy, I think it'd be lovely to be there for a long time.
Now, getting back to this review, would you give a straight answer if you consider the ABC is at fault for producing it?
It's my fault that something's gone wrong.
It's one that you know very well because you applied it in the House the other day.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much about science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you.
That's cool.
And I know that if you love me too. What a wonderful world this would be. What a wonderful world this would be.
Yeah.
And here am I, publicly inviting the people to elect us for another 3 years. And the moment I produce some magnificent fresh ideas for the next 3 years, some fella says, why didn't you think of it before?
Have you seen some of the good quality accommodation you can get around Canberra, Malcolm? Look at that. Budget in, that's less than $175 a night. Much better, very good service.
Oh, adult films on demand? Well, that's obviously more to your taste.
Right, okay. All right, well, I suppose you can afford it, can't you? But then again, you're not really paying for it. We're paying for it.
Oh, look, that's a pathetic thing to say.
Oh, come on.
I could sleep under that tree. It doesn't matter where I stay. The government pays me the same amount, right?
I just think the landlord's not giving you a good deal. I just reckon you should negotiate with
that's between me and the landlord.
Right, okay. Well, so you're going to turf me out? Where am I going to stay?
No, I think you should go. I think clearly the adult films is what you need, and you should go somewhere else.
It's the Canberra budget in. Well, at least one of us is looking after the budget then. Okay. See ya.
You gotta stop fucking around, comrade. Yeah, what's going on here?
Cari amici australiani. Cucinare non dovrebbe essere faticoso in cucina. Non con queste salse rivoluzionarie della Lagos. Questa è per il pollo alla cacciatora. Rosola il pollo, aggiungi la salsa e coprilo. 12 minuti dopo ci siamo. Un piatto degno di una regina. Oh, un presidente.
That you have an admiring friend, a staunch friend that will be all the way with LBJ.
Now, over in Kazakhstan, I'm sure they're pretty pleased about this, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure they're absolutely thrilled about this. Some may call this a carbon tax, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to call it the Borat tax, Mr. Speaker. The Borat tax, which will be put on by the Labor Party with carbon credits to Kazakhstan, and I know what Borat would think of the Labor Party's policies on emissions reduction, Mr. Speaker. Very nice, very nice.
Mr. Gordon, have you any comment on today's events?
I haven't got any comment to make things about anything.
Cheers from a small minority. However, life is wonderful for all of us, especially winners of the Melbourne Cup. Congratulations to all of you, and I'll be back again as a spectator.
I might ask the Leader of the Opposition, did he have his children on board when he met Kerry Packer for lunch 2 Thursdays ago? In his Guess Who's Coming to Lunch? Hey? Or was it just you and Kerry? Was it a nice little meeting? How did Kerry treat you? Well, I hope. You know, one Sydney boy to another. One Sydney boy to... Better he treats me, eh? Yeah? Yeah, good. Good on you, John.
Do you still want to be Prime Minister?
I don't know that I ever did.
Once again, I wish you, the SBS's newest audience, a a warm welcome to the services of multicultural television. You fucking guilty. Okie dokie.